Hi there, it's Sunday. I'm going to be making one of the HelloFresh meals that arrived yesterday. I've got to say, I ordered it by mistake, but there we are. What happened was, I had a subscription a long time ago and I haven't cancelled it, but when you get an email and it just says special offers blah de blah, or haven't seen you for a long time. Anyway, I looked on HelloFresh and I was looking through it and they picked out 4 meals and this was one of them. And what happened was, I was looking through them, don't know how I did it, but I left them in the basket, left it as it was, and somehow I had an email then to say it was being delivered. So I think what I'd done was, like, when I clicked back on it, it resubscribed my subscription, so sent 4 meals as it normally would. But anyway, here we are. So I'm going to be making one. This is the Chipotle chicken tray bake. Now I'll put my glasses on, excuse me a moment. How are we all anyway? Hope you're all good on this cold Sunday. If you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Sonia. I live in Dorset on the south coast of England. So, and if you're a returning person coming back to me, welcome back again. Right, here we are. So it's the Chipotle chicken tray bake with sour cream and baby leaf salad. So it's number 58. And then in the bag comes like that. This is 58. And then it will give you the bits and pieces inside it. So that one is the, put the right way round, chipotle paste. So it tells you on there, sliced mushrooms. I didn't realise what this one was, I didn't have my glasses on. Hilltop blossom honey. So it gives you just enough to make the meal for 2. That way you're not wasting anything. You know, like when you buy herbs and you buy fresh herbs for something, I don't know, basil or chives, and you use them in one meal and then you end up, they're in the fridge, and then the next minute you find them, they're all soggy and all mushed up in the bottom of the fridge salad drawer, and then you end up in the bin. It is a good idea in one respect, but yeah. Here we are. So that's a Mexican style rice, Mexican style spice mix, and then sour cream, just enough for the 2, potatoes and the leaf mix. So you do get everything. So here we are. All I've got to add to it is oil. I think that's for the potatoes, up with the chicken, I'm assuming. And then salt and pepper. So here we are. I will start doing it one by one. I will speed up the video at some point so that you're not going to sit through the whole thing. But anyway, here we are. Glasses on again. I am thinking about having my eyes lasered because I just get fed up with glasses on and glasses off and keep touching them, and then I've got to keep washing my hands and things like that. I am fanatic about washing hands. Anyway, so oven is on. Preheat the oven to 220 or 200, which is a fan. Mine is on 200 or gas mark 7. Chop the potatoes into 2 centimetre chunks. So I've got my little board there. I'm going to chop the potatoes. You will be witnessing, by the way, what these look like. What it looks like when I've done it. We've just been out and popped over to Waitrose. Oh, it's so cold. We yet to take the dogs out, so yes. Anyway, what's everybody else doing? I was saying to my husband that I did a lovely video on Friday. I did a lovely video on Friday evening. A real good catch up and a bit of insight into my life. And when I went to upload it, you wouldn't believe it. No sound on it. All you could see was me going, the mouth moving, nothing coming out. Which would be good for my husband, wouldn't it? He loves that. Yes, so no sound. And I was making, I'll tell you what I made. I made hot cross buns. A recipe that I found online. And I didn't quite have enough flour, but I did end up making the right amount that was suggested on the recipe. I think it said it makes 12. I did make 12, but I made 12 small ones. They were quite crunchy, quite hard to chew, but then I think hot cross buns can be sometimes. But if you had them while they were warm, they're really nice. But yes, you have to be careful with the old teeth. Talking about teeth, I was saying that I had Invisalign treatment 2 years ago. So I had basically had a big gap here, and one tooth was coming quite high up, I think what it was, where I had a little space, the teeth started moving, and this tooth here on the bottom was coming up quite tall. It started moving, but I asked one of the dentists. They said, "Oh no, we can't file it down because they tend to grow back." Really? Anyway, so in the end, I went to another dentist, a private dentist, and had Invisalign, which cost a fortune, an absolute fortune, because I scanned for this and that and the other, and it cost a lot of money. But anyway, so what happened was, rewind a little bit, here, years ago when I had my second tooth come through, it came through in the wrong place, and it was behind the actual row of teeth. So it was never in line, and it just stayed behind. It looked awful. Anyway, I decided I was going to have that tooth out. So I had the tooth out, and then I had a little false tooth plate with it on. I think I was about 20 or 21. So I had a little false tooth made on a clip. So anyway, I had that. So when I had my Invisalign, what they do is I don't know if you've seen the retainers, trays they call them, what you have to wear for 22 hours out of 24 hours a day. You're allowed to take them out to eat. So anyway, I had these retainers made, but because I'd got a gap when I had to wear them, obviously the false tooth would have been taken out. So because I had a gap, inside the retainer, my lovely dentist, he put in it a little false tooth. So that when I took my false tooth out to place in the retainers, the trays, that there wasn't any gap there. Otherwise it would have been a clear retainer and the space would have been there and you'd be able to see it, and it'd be like people staring at you, you know what they do, talking to your tooth. But anyway, so fast forward a year later, when I was coming up towards the end of my treatment, my lovely son was getting married, and he was having a gorgeous posh wedding in a big old mill, and yeah, it was lovely. On the top floor it was the wedding, and then the middle floor was the wedding breakfast, and then on the lower ground they had the disco and things like that with a live band. They had saxophone player and all sorts. It was lovely. Anyway, but on the morning I was cleaning my teeth like you do before I went to have my hair and makeup done, and I had the little tray with the little false tooth in, which I'd had since the last tray, because each time I had a new tray I had a new little false tooth in it. Anyway, so I'm cleaning my teeth, blah blah blah, and I went to put the retainer in, I dropped it, and where did it go? Down the sink, in the plug hole, down the sink. So had I been at home, I would have actually maybe tried to undo the plumbing or whatever. I'd have got the spanner out, I don't know what I would have done, but I would have undone it somehow, but yeah, it probably would have gone down the pipes and things. But anyway, so it went down the plug hole. My daughter's like, who cleans the teeth around the sink? Well, me, clearly, with my false tooth. Anyway, so what happened was, I was thinking, what can I do, because I had to wear it with the 22 hours, otherwise your teeth start moving, more or less instantly, so they say. So that's what I did. Anyway, I had to wear it, thinking, what can I put in it? I put it in, yes, you could see the gap. I thought, what can I do? I put in toothpaste, because it wasn't the one with the blue stripe down, or the red stripe. Anyway, it was a plain white toothpaste, so I put that in, and that worked wonders. Anyway, moral of the story, if that happens to you, use toothpaste. Toothpaste works miracles for all sorts of different things, doesn't it? Right, so, let's get cracking. I'll wash my hands again in a minute, and I will wash the spuds. So, pop the potato chunks on a large baking tray, drizzle with oil, season with salt and pepper. Right, the other thing is, I always wash potatoes. Wash the potatoes, I don't know, you feel the skin and things, so sometimes you get a bit of soil on it and things. Anyway, I don't know that they've been washed already, so I'm just going to chop that one up a little bit. Anyway, bear with me. Right, so there's the potatoes. Put potatoes, drizzle with oil, little drizzle. I don't know how much is it. How much is a drizzle? Drizzle with oil, season with salt and pepper. When I'm cooking, since I have children, I've never used salt or pepper when I'm cooking. Unless it does say in the recipe, but I don't, like if I'm making a roast dinner, I don't ever add salt and pepper onto my dinner, never. Right, so that's those potatoes in. So that's the potatoes, they're in. Right, so when the oven is hot, roast on the top shelf. Oh, top shelf, see? I don't read instructions. Don't read instructions. I always skip down lines as well, I don't know why, I'm just, yeah. Spread out in a single layer, use 2 baking trays if necessary, well I only needed 1. And here we are, when the oven is hot, roast on the top shelf, turn halfway through. That's it. What's the matter, babe? Right then, so the next one was the chicken drizzled in oil and seasoned with salt and pepper and the Mexican style spice. That's what's gone in there. So that's next, and that goes in the oven for 25 minutes, I think it says. Let me put my glasses on when I find them. I can keep washing my hands. 25 to 30 minutes, so I'm going to put that in a few minutes. Get rid of all my rubbish. Oh, I nearly threw that away then. I'll recycle that bag. Right, so that's another one. And that's that. Right, so what's next? Right, leave that there for a minute. I'll put that away. Right, so when potatoes have 10 minutes left of roasting time, add the sliced mushrooms to the same tray, drizzle with oil, season with salt and pepper. It's a lot of salt and pepper on everything. Salt and pepper on the chicken. Season with salt and pepper on the potatoes, salt and pepper on the mushrooms. It's a lot of salt and pepper, isn't it? I'm not going to put the salt and pepper on the mushrooms. To me, I've added enough salt. Where are we? So the chicken's got to go in the oven in a few minutes. And then the mushrooms got to go in onto the tray. With the potatoes back in. When the potatoes have only got 10 minutes, that's when they've got to go in. And that will take another 10 to 12 minutes with the mushrooms. And then when everything's ready, drizzle the honey over the chicken. It says if the honey is hard, then put the sachet in a bowl of hot water for a minute to loosen. That's quite, I can still feel that, that's squidging around. Then drizzle the chipotle paste. Add less if you prefer things mild over the veg, which I'll add quite less on my piece because I don't like anything too spicy. Then toss to coat. Serve up, slice the chicken widthways into 1 centimetre thick slices, then share between your plates. Serve the roasted veg and baby leaves alongside. Spoon over the sour cream to finish. And it's meant to look something like that. So, did I say the sour cream? Yeah, spoon over the sour cream to finish. So what I'll do is, I'll tidy up for a minute, I'll put the chicken in the oven, and then I'll come back to you in a few minutes and let you know how it turns out. Anyway, I bet you're all enjoying a nice Sunday roast. I'm hoping I like this. I do like chicken. I'm not keen on there's another recipe with butter beans. I don't like butter beans. And then we've got a vegetable one, creamy and veggie Nduja or something, tortellini, which my husband's not keen on pasta. So you can see I didn't choose those meals. And the other thing was, what I normally do for the week, this little magnetic board, although I've got nothing that's magnetic to stick to, I got with Waitrose once when I had an order. I got a free gift. It was either that or a tea towel, and I thought if I have a tea towel, my husband will blooming kill me. Because the drawer's full. He loves throwing things away. Calls it too much tat. Anyway, so what I normally do is plan my meals out. So when I did the haul last week from Marks and Spencer's, before this mistake of the HelloFresh came, I'd already got things planned. So what I was having on Monday was meatballs and spaghetti, sausage and mash and vegetables on Tuesday. Wednesday was quiche and salad, which I've still got quiche from the haul Marks and Spencer's the time before, that's in the freezer, a salmon quiche. Quiche and salad. Thursday was jacket spuds, cheese and beans, because I like that, so lots of protein. Friday was chicken chasseur. Saturday was fish and chips. And Sunday was a roast, because we normally go out. And then what I normally do here, don't forget, it says don't forget, so I normally write next to it, fresh salad to buy in asterisk, got to buy that. Thursday's the jacket potatoes, need spuds. And then next one, check mushrooms. I need mushrooms for the chicken chasseur for the Friday, and that's it. Just a little meal planner, so I can just, so if my husband's home from work before me, you can get things started, or I do it, whoever's in first. But yeah, that is what I'll do. So I'm going to have a cup of coffee. Husband's just been back in the kitchen again because in Waitrose he just bought a bar of chocolate with the eggs in. Then Seth complained about the price of the Easter eggs. I thought, we're not buying it. I'm not buying you an Easter egg anyway. But there we are. I must get an oil drizzler as well, because when it says drizzle of oil, it just goes on too quick. And that's quite expensive, mind you. Haven't things gone up in the shops? Everything that you look at, my husband was complaining about the price of the diesel as well, because that's shot right up. But yeah, I only really use my car on a weekend, because I walk to work. But next week I've got the MOT, so, and then I'll drop it off and walk back. Anyway, I can never put these back in where they go. They never sort of go in the right order. Look, they're all supposed to be, that's meant to be there. Oh, I've done it now. There we are, that'll do. That'll do. Right, I'll catch up with you in a few minutes when I've finished. Okay, see you soon, bye. Welcome back. So this is the Chipotle chicken tray bake, and it's number 58 on the HelloFresh, and this is what it came out like. There we are, that's my husband's. So the potatoes, mushrooms, the chicken and all the rocket and whatever the hell that is, and sour cream. So we're just about to tuck in. I'll let you know what it's like. I didn't add any more salt and pepper to the mushrooms. I think if I did them again, I'd put the mushrooms in a little bit later. They don't need 10 minutes, 5 minutes, otherwise they shrivel down to nothing, don't they? Anyway, also please excuse my hair. It's Sunday, as we're only going out walking the dogs, and just popped to the shop. I didn't bother with it today. I don't have to keep washing it, but there we are. Anyway, hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care now. By the way, if you do like it, please subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye.